Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a bonus video. This is the Transformers Buzzworthy Bumblebee Legacy Towline from 2000's car robots or robots in disguise. This is a surprise figure that I did not expect coming, um, and one that I wouldn't have even picked up. But I do think there should be more love for car robots, even though the cartoon wasn't the best, especially the English translation. But the figures were really cool and they were very height and detailed for the time. Now, unfortunately, I don't have my original tow line that got lost years ago in a move, along with my Skid Z and quite a few other things. I think somebody stole it out of my car when I was packing up my college dorm room. Now, the original tow line was a tow truck. It was originally Generation 2 unreleased toy that got put into, I think, Machine Wars and then one of the Beast era lines. Which was cool because all you had to do was do like a slight little lift and the thing auto transformed. And it was fun, gimmicky, but at the time it was really cool to have. This is one of the more newer modulators, kind of like the weaponizers from the previous lines. But the exception is he can actually transform without having to take them all apart, which I prefer because I am not a fan of parts forming if it's not necessary. I don't have issues with parts forming. I have so many Generation 1 toys. Obviously, parts forming is okay for me, but I don't like that when you're taking a classic character like this, then yeah, he shouldn't have to parts form. So I do like they didn't do that. Now he is a repaint and retool of one of the recent Junkion toys that I don't have, and I don't have any interest in collecting. But let's take a look at the box first. Let's go ahead and push him into the background here. And we get a box. Let's go ahead and bring the camera out and bring it up. On the back of the box here, we do get the product shot and how his Evo Fusion works, where you can split him apart and put him along other Transformers to give him armor. I'm not going to do that. I'm not even going to talk about it. Side of the box, front of the box, you do get the shot there, robots in disguise, but the rest of it's rather generic. And then you do get that artwork of him on the side, which I really do like. And again, this was a figure I wasn't expecting. I was logging on to Pulse the other day to order something completely different. And I saw this and I was like, holy shit. And I got it. And I thought it was a pre-order. I didn't know it was going to ship immediately. So, I mean, this came out very, very quickly. Now, I do have some complaints about the figure, and you'll see that in the transformation. There are parts that do snap off easily. And part of that is because he is that parts former type where, he is supposed to separate. But it's going to make you want to lose pieces. But let's go ahead and take a look at accessories first, because you do have to take them apart for the transformation. First off, you do get 2 of these. Oh, I do want to talk about, he does have his tow hook, and the way it integrates, they do have the 2 holes, but it only lines up for 1, so it does line up nice and similar. Get his weird spare tire that's more of a shield or a weapon. And then his engine block is actually a couple missiles. And you don't have to take these out. You can actually transform this without taking them apart, but I can't even get this open right now, so I'm not even going to bother doing it. Come on, get out. This is where I wish I had nails sometimes. There we go, there's one. There's 2. But yeah, you want to take a look at the accessories. Here's what these look like. They are shaped like missiles. This spare tire of doom. You get the spikes, which tells you that it was the Junkion repaint, really. You get these smokestacks, which look pretty good, and they will look good on other figures as well. And the tow hook. Now the tow hook is 2 separate pieces, but I wish it went up and down so you could actually use it, but it is what it is. As far as the truck mode itself, the wheels are, the tires move around, but the wheels do not. And that is so if you do put an accessory in, the accessory doesn't rotate, but you can load them up with a ton of firepower and weapons. And as far as staying together, there are pieces here that are very loose, and you kind of have to push them really hard to stay together. And part of that is these doors here. Now that I'm showing camera, it's actually not doing too bad, but you do have to line these up, and this will pop this whole section out. And do keep in mind, when you do transform, you want these at this angle. If you try to get them flat, it's going to warp it and not make it look its best. All right, so here's what I was talking about here. If you just do that, it'll pop those other pieces up. If you bring it out all the way and bring up, then the missile parts will stay there. Here's another part that I do want to talk about, and that is that. These pieces are very tight together, and they do pop off quite easily. And they're meant to pop off because of, again, he's supposed to break up into smaller pieces so that you can give other Transformers weapons and armor out of his body. But yeah, it's annoying, especially when you're trying to transform him and you don't want him to come apart. I mean, I'm still of that classic age range here that, if my toy breaks when I'm transforming it, it makes me sad. Like, I collect a lot of Generation 1 toys, so anytime a Transformer doesn't do what it's supposed to, I have a heart attack because those keep raising in price on me. So yeah, we're missing an arm. I don't know where the arm fell to. So I'm going to pause and look to see where that other arm went to. I found this one. All right, it took me 10 minutes, but I finally found the arm. That's one of the things I don't like about these modern weaponizer figures is, these things pop off easy. The slightest turn, and it's off. And the way that these line up in the vehicle mode, they are very, very tight and held together by pressure, as well as tabs. I can't even get this back on. So this groove here and this tab. So, I mean, it's in there. And yeah. So that is something to think about if you're going to buy this toy is, do you have a clean room? And that was, if I'm glad I didn't buy the other figures that this mold is based off of. I really am. As far as articulation, head can only go side to side. Arms can do a full 360. They can go like that. You do get that elbow twirl, but if I do it too much, it'll pop off. Do get slight elbow bend. Does not go backwards. The fist, because of how I transform, you do have fist rotation. You do get full waist rotation. Leg can kick up. It can kick back. You do get that nice 90 degrees. Feet. Now, this does look like classic Robots in Disguise feet. Way too big, but because of how he is, you do get slight ankle tilt. And you can actually make him go skiing. As far as his accessories and how they integrate, it's a modularizer. So they can integrate any way you wish. He's got enough ports on him to hold more than what he comes with. But just for example, the wheel here, you can put right here. Now he's got a shield. You do have his lovely smokestacks. You can put them up here. Give him some sort of like Transformers Energon look to them. And they do have ports on them themselves. So, I mean, you can even double stack if you wish and give him some sort of really weird look. Personally, what I like to do is just keep him on the back here. I think that looks good. Kind of like an Inferno look. Or any of those other ones that have those wings. I think he would look really good like this. And he would have been really good remolded out of Inferno and Grapple. I think it would have been a really cool remold for that. I was surprised they didn't do it with Hoist and Trailbreaker. Now, his missile launchers, you can either keep them on the legs like we talked about, or you can place them in the arms. Now he's got missiles for arms. His hook, unfortunately, is too heavy for the arms to hold. Yeah, he's holding it on that one. Wasn't doing it last night when I was doing the test shots. But yeah, so I mean, these are all just things you can do with it. He's supposed to be somebody that you can take apart and have fun. And like I said, you can keep the missiles here on the legs too. So you can keep that nice uniform look. And when you transform, you just bring it out and over. But yeah, it's something you can do, take a look at. And he's okay. far as comparison goes, now I don't have my original toe line like I said earlier, um, and for this comparison, I'm going to bring out another member of the Car Robots cast, and this is a question I have for anybody who watches this channel. Do you want me to do more of those? Do you want to see like a retrospective on Car Robots? Because I do still have some of those toys. Um, the ones that didn't get lost in the moves or the ones I didn't sell, I still have. And I don't plan on getting rid of because I do like them. I do like the Car Robots toys. I think they were fantastically well done. They were a pain in the ass to transform back then, going from Generation 2. I didn't collect Beast Wars. So, these were difficult for me when I was 20. But, as time got on, I do masterpieces blindfolded now. But yeah, here he is with the original Car Robots. And now in the United States we call it Megatron, but he's Gigatron. I don't care what anybody else says. I mean, he is huge, and they do look really well together. And it does look like that same like aesthetic. You've got this beautiful monster with all this like cool steampunk design and look to him, and it does kind of match up to this, and I do like it. Here he is with DevCon. And because I still have this guy out, here he is with Smokescreen. It's a good size toy. I do like it. I don't hate it. It's not going to be for everyone. This is literally, if you're looking for a green modulator, if you like Scooby-Doo colors, because let's face it, that's Scooby-Doo colors all around. But this is mostly for the fans of Car Robots. And while the cartoon wasn't that good, and some of the toys were awful, it was a really cool toy line. And I really wish I still had my original tow line to go with this. Thank you very much for watching. Tell me what you liked, what you didn't like, and what you want to see next.